Welcome to a new video. Today we will look into how we can use generative AI or large language models. Today we'll build a very small application or a custom chatbot for any website. In order to do so, we'll use the LLAMA 2 LLM. Now, for us to leverage any form of an LLM or a large language model, we need some form of a platform. For that, we use the LangChain platform. And we also need some other libraries which we'll install. So first we install the LangChain library, then bits and bytes, transformers and sentence transformers. Then we install the unstructured library. So basically in a website, the data is in a format of HTML, in an HTML format. So that's an unstructured data. So we use the unstructured library. The next thing we use is Pinecone. So what is Pinecone? Pinecone helps us in adding or increasing the knowledge base. So for example, if I want to say that I want to have the I want to query some particular website. Now the Llama 2 model or any LangChain model might not have information of that particular website, because these LLMs are not trained on an everyday basis. For example, Llama 2 was trained last on 2023. So post which, if any new websites have been created or any past website with new, even in case of a past website, if new data has been included in it, those will not be available for the Llama 2 base model. So we need to increase the knowledge base. So for that we need to leverage or use a concept called a RAG concept, in which we include or increase the knowledge base or give a particular knowledge base that is new to the model. We convert that the data in those knowledge bases into vectors and put them in a vector DB. Now Pinecone helps us in doing just that. So these are the libraries which we install, and this notebook will be provided with in the description section, and each one of you can install and run this notebook. So for today we'll try to build a chatbot on the Udemy website. So we have to provide the URL. Now once we have done that, let us see how the data looks like. So this is how our data looks like, right? Now post which we create chunks, that is from an entire, say a big sentence or a big piece of text, we create small chunks, say a chunk size of 1000, that is 1000 words we take, characters we take or words, and form chunks. We vectorize them, form chunks, and then we also have an overlap, that is overlap of the first 1000 words is one chunk. The next chunk starts from the 800th word and then to the next 1000 words. So the length of the chunk is 4. This is what the first chunk looks like. Now for us to embed our data from the website, we need an embedding model. For that we are using the sentence transformer mini LLM L6 version 2. Now we are trying to use that through the Hugging Face package or interface. And for this entire exercise, I am using the Google Colab platform, and this is the unpaid version. But for any of these LLM implementations, we are most likely to need a GPU. Though we can also have, we can also run LLMs on CPU machines, but that will for us to increase the knowledge base or implement a RAG concept or fine tuning, we need a GPU. Now the Google free tier GPU works just fine for this purpose. But if you have a paid version, that's even better. So we have installed the embedding layer, I mean the vectorizer, and now let us see how we vectorize hello world into. So this is the vectorized values of the entire data frame. Now we need, for us to use Pinecone, we need an API key and an environment. Okay, so as you can see over here, I have given the API key and the environment. Now where do we get it from? For this we need to visit the Pinecone website. Now in the Pinecone website, once we go into the API keys, we'll get the API key and we can copy it from here. Now we also need to create an environment. So we go to index, we create an index. Okay, and it gives us the environment name as well. So these are the two things that we need, that is the environment name and the API key. Now you cannot use this particular API key that I'm using over here, since it is only allocated to me, and so you have to generate your own API key and environment. Now let us do that. Now, since we are using a particular notebook, or this is a notebook through which we are trying to use Pinecone, we need to have a notebook login. Now, if you see over here, the notebook login, we don't need notebook login for Pinecone, we need notebook login for the LLAMA 2 model. Now, we are using LLAMA 2 through a notebook. Now, for that, we need a particular token from Hugging Face for us to use the LLAMA 2 model. Now we have to request our access through Hugging Face for the LLAMA 2 access for a notebook access. Now this is how we request access. We have to visit this website and we have to request. Now see, when I had requested, this message was given to me that has been successfully submitted. Now it took me around 30 minutes to 45 minutes, post which I got my access through and I was notified via mail. Now I have to use this particular token for me to access LLAMA 2 through a notebook. Now I have been given access. If you see, it shows that login is successful. Now this is a one-time process. I don't need to do it every time. I need to do it only if my entire session is stopped. I need to redo it then. Or I need to re-log in. I don't need to I need to request my access once more for LLAMA 2. If it is accepted and granted access, that is it. Now I might need to log in multiple times if my notebook or my session is closed down. So over here I am defining my model. I am defining my model name. Over here it is MetaLLAMA 2, and I am using the 8-bit format. So the inferencing time or the response time might be high for an 8-bit model. So if you want our inferencing time to be smaller or lesser, we might even use a 4-bit model. As you see, LLAMA 2 is getting downloaded or installed. So it takes some time for it to install it completely. That's understandable. So it is yet to be completed. Let's wait for some time. Now it is completely done. Now we have to create a pipeline, okay, for us to use this LLM. It is done. So over here, if you see, when I use this LLM or the pipeline, there's a parameter called temperature. What does this mean? So basically, temperature is nothing but the amount of flexibility that you or tolerance that you can accept in your model. That is, if my temperature is 0, that means I need an exact answer to it. If my temperature is 1, that means I am okay. Like the range of temperature is from 0 to a 1. 0 means I do not want any flexibility in my answers. I want the exact answer for this question. Now the temperature being 1 means I have a lot of room or 100% room for flexibility in my model, or my answers can be from the LLM can be creative. Okay. Now let us create the or link the LLM to the website. So it's already linked in a way. So if you see the retriever QA, now what is this? So from the new or the website that we have used, it is a new knowledge base, right? So we have created our knowledge base or from this website. Now that is in the retriever, that is the retriever. So that is our knowledge base for now. Now we have to mention that what is the knowledge base. If we do not mention retriever, what will happen is Llama 2 will act as the base model. That is, when it was last trained, whatever knowledge it had, that would be its responses would be based on that. Now let us query. So tell me the course price of data science courses offered by Udemy. Let me see the response first. Now this inferencing might take some time because, as I said, it's a free GPU, and also our model is an 8-bit model. So for faster inferencing, we might want a 4-bit model, which is available as well. So we see the response of our question that what is the prices of data science courses offered by Udemy. We get a response something of this in this fashion, that is, the course prices of data science courses offered by Udemy vary based on instructor, course duration, level of expertise. The price ranges from $20 to $100 or more depending on the course. Now this is understandable, and I would say to a certain extent meaningful answer. Now let us have a quick check if the prices do range from these values or not. So I just filtered out based on data science. So I have just selected data science over here, and I have selected the price range as only the paid courses over here. I select paid. Now if you see, the prices are around within $100. Now let me go to the third page. So again over here, all the courses are within $100. So the response is relevant. It might not be very pointed as to but it has given a range, and yes, we have asked for data science courses. We have not mentioned a specific course name. So yeah, it is okay. uh, but in the next session, what we'll try to do is see how prompts. So over here, if you see, there are various other information coming in as well, like a course name and its ratings, and what are the and a few of the reviews, and etc., and then our question, and then the answer. So we might want our response to be a bit more pertinent. Now, in order for us to do so, what we can do is we can have custom prompts. We can generate custom prompts and see how it responds. Now, if we see that the responses are still not in a way that we expect, we can go for fine tune query, that is, what courses are offered by Jose Portillo in Udemy, and the response that we get is this format. The courses of Jose Portillo is an instructor on Udemy, and he offers several courses on the platform. Some of the courses he offers include the Complete SQL Bootcamp, Zero to Hero, the Data Science course, and Java 17 Masterclass. So yes, some of the courses have been informed over here. So again, it's somewhat of a decent answer, I would say. Not bad at all. Now we'll cover custom prompt building and prompt engineering in the next session, and post which we'll have a session on fine tuning of a large language model. I hope you liked it. If you did, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any questions or critiques, the comment box is there. Feel free to let me know of your reviews and questions. Thank you. Bye bye.